If as far back as we can see is the Big Bang, and then there is a wall, does that mean that that is truly the beginning? If there is something that you can come to that is before the Big Bang, even if you cannot see beyond it, it really does not mean that there is nothing else. Quite frankly, I would say that behind that wall is the source of the beginning of space and time, that which started space and time exists behind that wall. And maybe it's possible to see beyond the wall if you can truly learn to look in the spaces between within space. Because I'm quite sure that if there is something behind that wall, that it is connected to all things running through space, connecting every single thing in creation, from the smallest atom to the largest planet or galaxy. Inertia seems to be an empty place. They talk about the Higgs boson particle. That particle, I believe, is not necessarily a particle, but a web of, let's just say, a channel or a tunnel or passageways between everything that leads to a connective tissue, possibly, quite possibly, beyond that wall that they run into when they look back to before the Big Bang. Now, if that, in physics, we have many different aspects to use in the unified field theory, you can consider that there are many things that have not been applied to the unified field theory that are quite obvious if you really look at it, such as the map of things seen and unseen being based within the fractals. Now, what fractals aren't necessarily seen. They can be unseen as well, like the patterns of thoughts. We don't see them, but they are there. They are a part of us. Consciousness, the existence of communication between beings that don't even know they communicate, like plants and people. Maybe the plants know, but the people probably do not know that they're communicating with the plants and having an effect on them. So therefore, what I'm trying to explain is that simply expressing a field of love, an unconditional place, a place of kindness, a place of stillness and radiance and embrace, a place of treasure and thankfulness for everything, is truly a form of a very simple thing that most everyone can understand, that can be causal to a higher consciousness, to growth for not only oneself, but for everything else that might experience that expression in a place of consciousness. Eventually, if one were to express such a thing long enough, as many times, it could be as the 101st monkey. Eventually, everything as we know it could become conscious enough to truly have peace, to truly have all the people in this world fed and housed, because that consciousness wouldn't make that an obvious place, easy to understand. Greed would dissipate and sharing and fairness would reign. Now, these are solutions that can be brought into play easily. They talk about bringing heaven to earth. How about heaven to the universe? Let's just broaden that field as far and wide as creation is. Believing in the connective tissue of the presence of love that we as individuated pieces can express and share with. The co-creative field of love, radiating unconditional acceptance and faith, believing in all things that they will rise to their greatest potential and expression and fulfillment of all dreams come true. May we join together and express this radiance daily. Begin your day, end your day, expressing this radiance and believing that through loving, through accepting and embracing all things and believing all things can reach their highest potential and will reach their highest potential, maybe even that they already have, the highest reach and very simple reach that all beings can live within. Namaste, Amen, and all other salutations to all the beings reaching to grow into a greater expression that can share not only with our world, but with all the worlds in the cosmic universe.